I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Roll call, please.
Councilmember De La Rosa?
Here.
Councilmember Ponce?
Here.
Councilmember Schickling?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Lavelle?
Here.
Mayor Marshall?
Here. Are there any announcements or written communications?
I have none.
No? Okay, department head reports?
I'm sorry, Mayor. I just
yes.
want to indicate that I did see, I believe, council was sent 2 or 3 written communications that I saw that council was copied on it that didn't go to the clerk. That I do just want to acknowledge regarding item 3, short-term rental legislative measures.
Thank you very much.
And I'll get those to Gabby, and we'll get those part of the record.
Okay, excellent. Department heads?
Good afternoon, Mayor, City Council members, and City staff. Jackie Cordero, Public Works Director. As summer is coming to an end, the Public Works crew is continuing some heavy-duty projects. They're finalizing the JMF scoreboard. It's going to come up, I promise. The installation of the Phoenix system at 3 Palms. We have the 2 utility poles already in, which was great, and the Sombrero Fountain, which should be coming up. All of these projects should come to an end, hopefully in the next 2 weeks. Mark my words, right? 2 weeks, 2 weeks. But they're making good progress. Meanwhile, the crew continues to do routine operations like pressure washing Front Street, alleyways, benches, sweeping in the morning, and doing landscape at Front Street. The crew is still doing potholing throughout town. And then the crew continues to repair and troubleshoot several saltwater leaks and sewer blockages. For example, they just did a troubleshooting blockage at the Metropole Business Complex and the Sol Vista saltwater leak that they're helping troubleshoot as well. We completed the termite tenting this past weekend with success and have a contractor continuing doing a deep clean of City Hall. I hope you all noticed, yeah.
Yeah.
And then this past Friday, I had the opportunity to work a full shift with the Public Works crew. I was there at 6 a.m. sweeping at Front Street in the morning, and then after at 8 a.m. I worked with Roger cleaning out the lift station and fuel dock and the porta. After lunch, we all worked back on landscape by Step Beach and casino bathrooms. For me, it was a really good reminder of how physical their work is. You think sweeping is not hard, right? But that motion consistently for over an hour and 15 minutes of just head down, sweeping, looking for everything, just something simple like that is really physical and really hard and tedious. So it was a good reminder for me, and I'm so appreciative of the hard work that they do every single day. So thank you. Any questions? No? Thanks.
Evening, Madam Mayor, City Council, City staff. Month of August was very busy for us. Made quite a few arrests. There was an arrest for unlicensed driver, battery arrests. There were 4 drunken public arrests, a burglary arrest, 2 domestic violence arrests. That's how it adds up. We had a total of 673 calls. The deputies made 495 observations. And it was probably the busiest month I've seen here since I've been here for the past 3 years. There were 34 traffic stops and 11 pedestrian stops. People were out of a vehicle or walking. I'm sure most of us have read the Facebook posts about the e-bikes and that kind of thing. Now that we've kind of slowed down from summer, I'm directing more of my attention to making more traffic stops, and it's basically letter of the law right now. So if you're listening to this or watching this and you ride a bike, please put a helmet on. Please stop at the stop signs. As of right now, there's no leeway. If we have time to make that traffic stop, we're going to make the traffic stop and cite them. It's been very, obvious that it's a concern right now. So we'll make sure that it's heard.
I have 2 questions. Is it a rumor that Irma's back in Avalon?
No, she still works on the island, but she's on the other side.
Yeah, and I said they must have just seen her at Vaughn's or something, because I know she just got down there not too long ago, so
She comes over once in a while, and
Yeah.
But no,
Okay.
I wish I could keep her, but the
I
only way I
know.
got to keep her on the island was I let her go over there. so.
Yeah, and one other question, who's writing the sheriff's log now? Are
I
you?
am.
Okay, all right. It was good.
What do you think? I mean, I'm,
it's good.
I'm no Grayson Klein, obviously, but
Well, I thought maybe you were paying him on the side to write them for you guys.
I'm sorry?
I thought maybe you were paying him on the side so we could write them, because it was very nicely done.
yeah, I'm trying to make it a little bit of humor there if I can, but I'm
You're good.
the topic is so serious most of the time. It's hard for me to make it that funny. I just don't know how to do it.
No, I appreciate it. Good job.
Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, City Staff. Michael Allegria, Fire Chief. In August, we ran 127 calls, and last week we hosted Harbor UCLA. We had two trauma surgeons, 2 nurses, and we got to go over some of the calls throughout the year that we've been on, and then they give us up. We talk about how they presented in the field, and then once we flew them, what they did, and some outcomes. So that was a good morning of going over it with the doctors. Some of the things we thought were really bad, they just kind of laughed at. Like, oh, this was nothing, but, and some good teaching points they showed us. And then just in case, we're gonna start doing hydrants. So we always get calls, a hydrant's leaking. Some of them leak, they'll stop, but we'll go out and continue to exercise it. But you'll see the guys doing that soon.
Do you have any plans for CPR and first aid in the next few coming months or anything?
We don't have anything scheduled, but just contact me and I'll get the CPR instructor on it and they'll set up a class.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Any questions or comments? Thank you.
Thanks.
Good evening, Council. Matt Baker, Finance Director. Finance is still compiling most of the July revenues, but had a few ready to share. Cross-channel wharfage was up 3.3% for the month of July. Nightly moorings were up 5.7% for the month of July and 1.7% for the month of August. Cruise ship revenues were up 2% for the month of July, and that was with 10 ships in July of this year compared to 10 in last year. And August, cruise ship revenues were up 12%, with 9 ships arriving this August compared to 8 last August. So once I have TOT and ad tax and the others compiled, I'll report that out at the next meeting.
Questions for Matt? Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. David Hart, Community Services. Last Saturday, August 30th, we celebrated the 50th anniversary of the release of Jaws, the movie, by actually showing the original movie down on South Beach. We had Shark Lab from Long Beach State. They brought their Shark Shack, where the audience got to interact with different skeletal shark jaws, as well as some stingray tails and barbs, and so it was really a cool little educational portion of our program. We served a Jaws-themed cake, and the audience played some shark games as well as trivia. We played the original movie to approximately over 100 people, but as the movie continued, it looked like double that was there because we filled the entire street and South Beach. So it was probably the most successful movie we've shown on the beach. Speaking of spewing blood, the blood drive is this Thursday, September 4th, from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Catholic Church. A little bit of yourself can save someone's whole life, so please give on September 4th. This Saturday and Sunday, September 6th and 7th, the SCORA U.S. Outrigger Championships will be coming here to the island. The ladies and co-eds arrive on Saturday around 12 to 1 p.m., with the men leaving for Newport the next day at 9 a.m. On Saturday, the Kalama Brothers will be playing throughout the day, with Los Isleños playing from 5 to 7 p.m., with a rum garden sponsored by Catalina Rum Company along with that. Come and join the fun and help celebrate the 66th anniversary of this race. Update on the scoreboard. We finally got the engineering plans approved for the scoreboard, so now we can start to do the build-out. We have bought the poles that will go into the ground. They're supposed to be here by Friday, and with installment starting sometime next week and hopefully completely done within 2 weeks. Is there any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. Harbor Master?
Gift. So, good evening, Mayor, members of the council, Kevin Schmidt, Harbor Master. Make this first part of my presentation kind of brief because I got a big finish plan for you.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I know, exciting. So we got through Labor Day relatively unscathed. Knock on wood, everything went pretty well, pretty much the way we planned. Anybody that says that summer's over with Labor Day, I probably would disagree with, because we got the outrigger race coming up this weekend. The harbor's going to be very busy from Saturday afternoon all the way through Sunday when we have a ton of chase boats and canoes coming in. So we got a little more to do. After that, we have the Ben Carlson paddleboard race the following weekend. So we still got a lot of action in the harbor for the next few weeks. Let me give you the stats real quick. As of August of this year, we ended up with 2,529 arrivals for a total of 9,285 mooring nights, which is about 40 over last year. So we did beat last year, not by much, but we're ahead. We'll take a win whenever we can take a win there. Calls-wise, we had 3 accident reports, 2 Baywatch assists, 1 emergency medical, 17 enforcement calls, and 51 public assists. Now, for the big finish, okay? So we have a group of young people that work for the harbor each summer, okay? They're officially called seasonal harbor maintenance workers. You might know them by a different name, but that's what we're going with here tonight. We have 10 of them on our roster this year. We had 10 last year. And they actually are very important for the harbor. They are pretty much the face of the harbor. They probably have more public contact than all the rest of us put together. They go out and collect people's garbage, they clean the harbor, they keep the kelp off the beach and all that. And we count on them to do that day in and day out all summer long. And it's a tough job, it's hard work, it's hot out there, you know. So again, I can't tell you how important they are to the harbor department. We have 10 of them, I think 4 of them. Come on up here, come on. I get to embarrass them. It's kind of one of the perks.
Okay, moms, you got to get your cameras out.
Come on. Camera's up there somewhere. I don't know where it is, so smile. Okay, there you go. Come on up here, too. I love this part. Okay, so here's 4 out of 10. One's in college, and the rest are probably studying right now. So, what? 2 more in college? Max and who else? Oh, sorry, my bad. 2 are in college. Okay. Okay, we'll go down the line here. I got a little present. I'll be able to give you one. We'll sort it out later so we can keep the show rolling.
It's pretty funny.
I will say this. Let me say one other thing. So this is like the first step in working for the harbor department. Okay, and this is where they learn whether or not do I like boats or do I not like boats? Do I like working the harbor or not? So this is kind of like our farm system. Yes. And I hope that all these people standing behind me, and actually all 10 of them, they did a great job. This is probably one of the best crews that I've had since I started working here full time 3 years ago. They're hard workers. They don't cause any problems. Makes my life easy. So Paul Sanchez is the one that's in charge of keeping track of them all summer. He's done a great job as well. I hope that all these people want to work for the harbor department for as long as they want to. So we have a pretty good farm system, farm club here. And I mean that for all you guys. Stay as long as you like, and you guys keep doing what you got to do. So we got them, because winter's coming on, it's not going to be for 3 or 4 more months, but we got them sweatshirts, hoodies, with the harbor on the back.
Sweet.
So
nice.
You guys are wearing this around and make good choices when you're wearing this, okay? continue. So there you go, hold yours. There's yours. There's yours. And there's yours. Okay, now it's picture time.
Okay.
I got time for a picture?
Yeah, and,
Come up here.
yeah,
I want a picture too. What, with all of us?
well,
Turn
then,
around. There you go. Are we getting a picture with them?
yeah, what I'm gonna do too.
Are you guys doing a picture? Or sort of
What-
Let's get a picture. Yeah, I want
Yeah.
to take a picture.
Wait, and. Okay, Stokely, if you want to come up too. What? We want to come up too. Oh.
Yeah, I have the rest of the council's going to join you.
Oh, we're joining.
One more, yeah.
I gotta get a picture first.
But you know, they keep coming to council meetings, and then when they get older, they can run for council as well. So, okay.
Yeah, I will. So I got one last segment. My colleague's going to kick me out. We did have an all-female crew this weekend. It's the first time I've worked with the department for 25 years, whatever it is. That's the first time. Shouldn't be that surprising, but we'll take it.
Thank you.
And I just want to point out one thing. Sophie's going to be president of the Interact Club, the Rotary at school. So she's ignoring me, but that's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Awesome.
That was awesome.
That was great. Okay.
All right, good evening, Mayor and City Council. A couple updates for you. So on August 21st, I presented the Pebbley Beach Landfill project to the Los Angeles County Integrated Solid Waste Task Force. They had a quorum this time, which was phenomenal. So we kind of got our first approval on the project, which is super exciting. We still have a long road ahead, but it was super well received by the staff that were there and the other professional members on the both the facility subcommittee and the task force committee. So that's exciting. Got good feedback, good questions from the panel, and yeah, there's interest in the project, which is great. Gotten some follow-up emails and phone calls. So we are hopeful that the all-hands meeting with all the different county departments that are involved in the approval process will be happening later this month in September. And so that'll be a really good opportunity to vet the project and what it's all about. So again, if anybody out there is curious about the landfill project, the site life optimization project, they can go to cityofavalon.gov/PBL to see the latest and greatest on the project. Second, we received 3 proposals for mobile edible food recovery efforts. We got demonstrations from 3 different companies who think about food recovery experts all differently, all great in their own way. So we, Dave Maestros, Dave Hart, and myself, we narrowed it down to 1. So I'm hoping later this month, or most likely in October, we'll have an opportunity to introduce them to City Council and roll out the food app. The mobile application, the idea is to roll it out to our big food service establishments like restaurants, our grocery store, the school, but it could even be used by neighbors and individuals to post the city and IDR. And then last, we've the city and IDR. And then last, we've made really good progress on the Civic Center housing project. We've gotten some designs back from US Offsite, and they're looking really good, really exciting. We're close to being able to share them with some of our stakeholders and get feedback before finalizing those plans and bringing them to you all. So yeah, really good progress made the last few weeks here. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your enthusiasm, as usual. It's wonderful.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Kelly Rebuffo, Contract Planner. Just have one announcement for you this evening, that tomorrow night, Wednesday, September 3rd at 5 p.m., we will be having a special meeting of the Planning Commission here in the Council chambers. This is sort of a meeting to make up for our August meeting, which had been canceled. There's 2 zoning text amendments on the agenda tomorrow night. One is for our ADU ordinance, just to make sure we're in compliance with all the most recent legislation that was passed in the last year from the state. Pretty minor updates, but we do want to make sure we incorporate all of those into our process. And then the second amendment will be updates to our low and moderate income residential housing zone to incorporate a streamlined review process for affordable housing projects on that housing opportunity site that was identified in our housing element update in 2022. So that property is actually on Tremont Street, Island Company owned property. So those amendments will be considered by Planning Commission tomorrow, and the plan is to bring those to you for introduction and first reading with Planning Commission's recommendations at your next meeting on September 16th. Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, and I would say at the September 16th meeting, we also are planning to have, or I'm preparing a brief presentation, just kind of as a overview of the city's general plan, just sort of how it operates, where we're at, what's been updated, just kind of as a figure, since we're bringing you some housing element related items, it's a good time to have that presentation that was requested earlier this year.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
City Manager?
Thank you, Mayor, Council. Just want to announce, Council's aware, but to the public, Southern California Edison has announced a public safety power shutoff today that's in place as a result of potential high winds, mainly in the interior. So the interior line is the circuit they will be or have shut down. They're trying to isolate this line so it doesn't have any significant impact for city residents, but the potential is there. So Edison has set up a community resource center here at City Hall. They're here currently in the lobby. They'll move into council chambers when we're done today, and then they'll be here till about 9 p.m. tonight and tomorrow morning if needed. If there's anybody that's interested in finding out any updates on this, they can go to Edison at www.sce.com/PSPS. The map is there. It shows the potential impact to city locations at this time, and hopefully we don't experience it, but Edison's prepared if we do. I also want to, Jackie mentioned the termite tenting last Friday, closing the City Hall building, but we had many City Hall workers that were still working, so I just want to thank the fire department and the harbor department for hosting those of us that were homeless for the day to go and set up shop and work out of their offices, and continue to work and provide service. And then just to announce to council and the public, last week I spoke with Carnival Cruise Lines, and they did release a public statement, press release, that they have announced the Firenze will be repositioned effective January 2027, no longer on the West Coast. It'll be moving towards East Coast or Caribbean, I can't remember. But I do just want to say publicly, I appreciate that they have listened to us. Many of the conversations I've had with them, that ship was just too large for us. We weren't going to be able to sustain that anymore. So I do appreciate that those conversations have been heated. So that will be, they'll continue, Firenze will continue to have operations between now and then, but it will be winding down and completely gone by January of 27. And then finally, at the next council meeting on September 16th, we'll be presenting a update on the Mole project regarding scheduling, next steps, looking for feedback from council. So we have, I believe, 45 minutes allotted to that in 2 weeks to present that, and we'll be looking for council's input and feedback on what's presented. So that's it. Thank you. Any questions?
We have a city attorney on board?
Yes, we do, and I have no reports tonight. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Scott. Council member reports.
I just have one thing. I had someone text me. CRNR is going to empty the machine just on Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, or on Fridays. Is that going to be enough to clear out the Olin machine?
I have a meeting later this week with Olin's and CRNR to discuss the collection process in general with the machine and try and work through some of the troubleshooting problems that we've been having. So I'll keep you all informed
Okay.
on that. Yeah.
They were just concerned that that's not going to be enough,
Yeah.
especially after a busy weekend.
Yeah.
Yesenia?
Actually, just one thing for me, besides still working on Boys and Girls Club, we are still like in the midst of almost finishing organizing for the breast cancer awareness. But we also had the Long Beach YMCA reach out to the school. They have a great youth government program. And so they're in talks of getting a couple of our kids to join them. I know that they will be holding a orientation for families, for the kids' families that are interested on the 18th. It will be a Zoom, but I believe I don't have a date yet. I believe it is either this week, Wednesday or Thursday, but they're going to be holding an assembly for the kids, and that way we can let them know what the program is about. And if it goes into fruition and we have enough interest, hopefully I can help with the program as well.
Yeah, fantastic.
Well, I'm a schleb. I got nothing to report.
You're not a schlep. Not at all.
My update's going to be about 45 minutes, so I hope you'll all bear with me. Just kidding. Just one thing, Gateway Cities COG is coming to town tomorrow. They'll be here tomorrow and Thursday. I hope you'll welcome them in. It's the 27 cities that are in the COG with us that will be here, will be at Endemic for the meetings and the events. So, yeah. At the top side by Endemic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the larger space.
Like, what? That's
We
pretty
really
small.
want to get close this year. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so that's what I've got. Thank you.
That's great. I have SCAG on Thursday, but I just do that remotely, Southern California Association of Governments. I've signed up to draw blood, so I'd like to see the rest of you do the same, those of you who can. And you had that great finale, Kevin, but how's that electric boat working?
Well, we used it for, up till about 2-3 weeks ago, we were using it quite a bit. However, we had a software glitch that we're trying to fix. We can still use it right now, but I don't want to use it until I get back to the site.
Okay.
We were using it every day. The young guys, they loved it. They were using it in the low half.
The young guys. Okay, it's like they're driving a Tesla, right? Excellent. So what he was saying was, it's not running right now. They had a computer glitch, but it goes really well. We're using it every day. So thank you. Okay. Oral communication. This is where members of the community can speak on items that are not on the agenda. You will be limited to 2 minutes and no action will be taken. Seeing none, we will go on to presentations. Tim Kolpinski.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council, City staff. Appreciate the opportunity to be here with you all. We got some good news to present, and Jamie gave me 2 minutes. Okay, that's way faster than last time. I've got a timer going here, so I'll beat the 30 minutes of last time. Hey, so Measure B, we've talked about this a couple times, but since we met in June, or since I was here last June, we've actually received our first payment from their approval that they gave us back in April, and we'll get another installment of that in January of 26. Also since then, in July, the LA County Supervisors approved 2 more $3 million awards for CIH, and that is for $3 million in 2026 and another $3 million in 2027. And just as a refresher, that Measure B is a tax that, in ballpark, that the LA County passed about 20 years ago, and it's exclusively and specifically for trauma and EMS services for hospitals, because they realized their hospitals in LA County were not getting reimbursed or paid enough to keep their doors open. So they said they had to take action into their own hands, and they passed that Measure B, and we've realized that we should be able to partake in that also. So anyway, that's good news. Additionally, related to Measure B, there were extra funds left over, about $4 million for each district. We put an application in for our new CT machine to be paid for by that, and it was approved by the Supervisor Hahn, which is good news. It still needs to go through DHS review and legal review to make sure that a CT machine is a authorized Measure B purchase, which in California, to have an ER, you have to have a CT machine. So we're pretty confident that that's gonna pass. That's good news. And IGT paperwork keeps going back and forth. I think city manager signed another document between him and LA Care because the money actually is, after it runs around in Sacramento, everything, it goes to LA Care and then comes to us. LA Care is the Medi-Cal managed care organization in, some interesting news about that, detour from my slides. John Bacchus, if you remember his name from March of 2024 with LA Care, said, hey, we need to keep this hospital open. So we got a $2 million grant from LA Care. He was the CEO of that organization. He has joined our board and participated in our first board meeting. He has since retired from LA Care. I thought I was exaggerating when I said, oh, is that about a $2 billion operation? He goes, oh no, $11 billion. So he was the CEO of the $11 billion MCO there in LA County. And he's joined our board. Hey, other news, in June, we were maybe 2 months into having a hospitalist as a new service line with the hospital. Now that he's been here a full, whatever it is, he started in April, so 4 or 5 months. And we've just gotten some numbers. So for an example, there's a thing called patient bed days, and it's the number of, the number of nights that you have a patient in a bed. And last June of 24, we might have had 50. This past June, we had 280. And what that means is we are now able to accept community members that we weren't able to accept before, and they just routinely would get shipped off the island, medevaced off the island. And now we're able to keep those people and either make the last days the best they can, because now they get to be at this hospital with their family and near their home, or we get to get them to recover and release them back to their house. So anyway, the hospitalist is really working out well, and I imagine you'll start to hear stories, whoever feels like sharing, in the community of he's just a fabulous physician that's running that. Additional updates. Due to a staffing issue, we used to have a pharmacist that only wanted to work 4 days a week, and we were able to bring over a pharmacist to backfill for Fridays and Saturdays, give or take around $2,500 for those 2 days is what we would pay for a pharmacist at Leo's. Now, our pharmacists work 5 days a week, and we'd have to spend that same money just to have that person come on Saturday. It doesn't make sense. So starting on October 4th, you'll no longer be able to get refills on Saturday or a new prescription on Saturday. But that's about a month away, and people just need to plan ahead. We at the hospital will make sure people get their prescriptions in time on Friday that we see, in order to get them filled on Friday before Saturday. Okay. With the other thing that's going on right now is renegotiating all of our payer contracts. Everybody's heard of HMO and PPO. Well, there's also EPS and PPS and dozens of other products within each of these payers or these insurance companies. And we are attempting to negotiate all their products into our contracts. So, for example, if somebody is with Blue Shield of California, there are currently situations where you could have the PPO, but we don't have an HMO contract for Blue Shield, and so we are out of network for somebody that's got Blue Shield. We're trying to fix that so that we cover all the products for all these major insurers, so that more people on the island, our hospital will be in network for them.
So you're saying that would hopefully include the HMOs then, so that
Absolutely.
they could be seen.
Absolutely.
That is so exciting.
The ones that are approved so far is TriWest, and that's for veterans. The other one that's 100% approved is Providence, but that's for Medicare Advantage. The one that's very close and has been very so far has been Blue Shield of California, and we anticipate to have all their products at a good rate for us. And I'm pretty sure that's the one that the city uses.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yes.
did do Gail did a survey of all the employers to try and understand what everybody was carrying and using for their insurance companies so that we could make sure we renegotiated those at the top of the list. Any questions on any of that? Nothing? Okay. The replacement hospital, we're still wrapping up our CEQA reports. We've just had biologists and to do a phase 1 on the site. There's some potential new property that we might get added onto that site in order to fit the housing unit that we're trying to put there. We've turned in our application to the city, and we anticipate getting the response back from them sometime this week. That we hope it's the third time we've submitted it. We've gotten comments back, we've addressed those comments, and we hope that this was the last time. If that is the case, then we anticipate all reports being in, both CEQA and the approved city application, so that we can do public comment starting in maybe February of 2026. And then to the Planning Commission in March of 26. Measure H, we have spent $2.9 million so far in the last 2.5 years, and we anticipate that between what our foundation is raising and Measure H, that in about 10 to 12 months, our expenses will exceed the funds that Measure H is producing that we are. So we're lining up our philanthropy to coincide with that. All right. See, Kevin had a big finish, and I got a big thing in the middle here. So let me get it started. We debuted this during Catalinaville. Oh. What you're about to see is more than a building. It's a once-in-a-generation opportunity to shape healthcare on this island. Let's take a look inside. Currently, we have 12 beds, all in 6 rooms, no privacy. That new hospital is going to be 14 beds, all private with air conditioning to every room, which is not what we have right now. We have 37 people on the waiting list to be in our long-term care. That's our community members that want to have their long-term care here on the island. There's going to be infusion therapy, no more getting your chemotherapy and coming back on the boat nauseous. We're going to have outpatient operating rooms for planned procedures where when you take your colonoscopy fluids, you're not wondering whether you're going to make it on the boat. The primary health care clinic is going to have new rooms, additional rooms for more specialists and more privacy. And we don't talk about it much, but that's the 12 one-bedroom apartments to the left-hand side, which is the new little jog of property that we got to do all of our environmentals on. Any questions on that?
Why would they all just be one bedrooms?
Say again?
Is this for a doctor or a nurse?
But if you have,
It could be for traveling doctors or nurses.
okay. But they could live there, couldn't they stay there full time?
There's a city ordinance that requires 50% of your peak employees to be housed in housing that you control. And so in addition to our rentals, we needed to build that apartment complex in order to meet the city code.
Should that reduce some of the rentals you have? You're anticipating that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent.
We anticipate the FTEs to only go up, full-time equivalent employees to only go up. Hey, do my questions get me an extra couple of seconds?
Sure, you're good.
All right. No. Just kidding. We're at 10 minutes. We're 10 minutes. So yes, it should. We anticipate the FTE count to go up by about 2.5, which means we could release maybe 10 units, just doing quick math in my head. 2 of those units need to be low income also.
Oh, I see. Okay.
20%. Upcoming events, it's all right there. Mobile mammography is coming there at the end of September. They came close to selling out last time. Not selling out, but booking all the appointments. Yep. And then that's when Leo's starts. October 4th is when they start that Saturday. Just no pharmacy on Saturdays at Leo's. And then we'll be here next December. We did have a record-breaking and even some new news. We were talking about 1.1 million, but we did just get an email from somebody who verbally said, hey, I'll give you $250,000. And so now we're at $1.35 million for Catalinaville. So, so it was a good event. So mark your calendars because we'll do it again next August. All right, 11 minutes. I'm out of here. Oh, wait. Any questions?
You answered mine, thank you.
Okay.
I was just going to ask, because of the closure for Leo's on Saturdays, if there's a plan to potentially have the ability to issue medication at the hospital or the clinic over the weekend. Had a family member who this weekend couldn't get medication until today, but went in on Saturday. And so 3 days without pain medication is a bit of a long time for a back injury. Is that something that can be possibly offset just to avoid people having that concern?
I just got the demonstration from Cameron Hubert, who up in the ER. So the short answer is yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
But there's a special cabinet that the ER docs are going to have access to. They're going to be able to print out the pharmacy label that goes on the bottle, all the instructions for that. So it's a little micro emergency room pharmacy, and what somebody would get issued then at that point is 3 days of medication, so then they could get the
Full
medication
medication
at the pharmacy.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Any other questions? No, thank you. Great presentation. And good news. We like that. Okay, now we have a proclamation. Councilmember Ponce.
A proclamation of the City Council of the City of Avalon recognizing September as Service Club Month. Whereas service clubs and civic organizations such as Rotary Club, Lions Club, Catalina Island Women's Forum, Veterans of Foreign Wars, and Knights of Columbus have long served our communities through volunteerism, leadership and support for youth, education, health, and humanitarian efforts, and whereas these organizations bring together individuals of all ages, backgrounds, and professions to share ideas, build friendships, and work toward common goals that enhance the quality of life for all residents, and whereas service clubs play a vital role in fostering civic responsibility, promoting ethical leadership, and addressing the needs of local and global communities through dedicated service projects, and whereas the City of Avalon recognizes and appreciates the invaluable contributions made by service clubs and their members, who selfishly give their time, talent, and resources to help others, and whereas it is fitting and proper to recognize and celebrate these efforts by designating a month to honor their work and encourage greater public participation in community service. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Mayor and City Council of the City of Avalon urge all citizens to recognize the importance of volunteerism and to support and engage with our local service clubs to strengthen our community, and do hereby declare September 2025 as Service Club Month, dated the 2nd day of September 2025.
Very nice, thank you. Okay, consent calendar, please.
Thank you, Mayor. Consent calendar item 1, approval of the minutes from August 19th, 2025 regular City Council meeting. Item 2, approval of disbursements for August 11th, 2025 through August 22nd, 2025, totaling $2,946,003.38. Item 3, adopt an ordinance repealing and replacing Article 3 of Chapter 1 of Title 3 of the Avalon Municipal Code, modifying the transient rental system. Item 4, request to solicit bids for equipment for the annual sewer capital improvement projects.
So what's your pleasure? Perhaps, well, if we can talk number 3 just a little bit based on the notes that the information we got about the complaint procedures and that kind of thing, if you kind of address that.
Sure. The general tenor of the complaints that the comments we received, I should say, was regarding how the city is going to really vet and verify the complaints that come in. And we recognize this through the process. I'm sure council recalls when we were discussing this, a number of residents had a concern of, well, if my neighbor simply doesn't like it and makes complaints and files 3 of those, does that get my permit pulled? And the answer to that then and the answer to that now is no. The city still has to go through and verify the complaint. We'll have a much better way to do that now with host compliance being able to follow up with it in real time. But the information that we receive does have to be just treated like any other evidence, any other complaint against somebody. We have to be able to legitimize that it's a real complaint, that's a violation of an existing code, rather than somebody just saying this is happening. And we'll be able to do that much better. But no, just simply the phone call made to host compliance does not trigger a valid complaint. It has to be verified. So we'll do our due diligence through that process.
So when one of them, well, a couple of those were exactly the same, but it was talking about, should I have to show some kind of audio or video of the complaint or whatever they're doing wrong? Is that helpful?
Absolutely. I mean, that always is a significant help, whether, to show the validity of what you're saying. That's a huge help. We have that mechanism now, and when we receive those with photographs or the short video in the complaint form, it's a big benefit to be able to verify that it happens, because we can simply then show that to somebody saying, well, this is what's happening.
So that technology is available on the city website. How do I report a complaint, as well as the host compliance, or what?
It is, to a certain extent. I've had some complaints recently where the complainant said that they had a video, and then I followed up and said, can you forward that to us? And depending on, if it's 2-3 minutes long, we've had to make other arrangements to get that video because it's so large, but we've been able to do that, yes.
Okay, and then how do you make a complaint with host compliance? Is it just a phone call, or is there an online presence with them?
It's a phone call, because it's a live person that then takes it to verify that, the address, what the complaint is, and then they hang up, and then they immediately call the on-island representative for that location and have a conversation with them and document all that, and then get feedback as far as how the complaint's being resolved.
So, just for anybody out there, if you are calling host compliance and you're reporting an incident, a complaint, whatever it might be, I would encourage you to record it in some fashion, just for follow-up. I mean, even the people on Facebook, this is off topic, but people, you see it on Facebook all the time, it's like, well, this is happening at the park, and where's the sheriff? We all have a phone. Get it out, use it.
Yeah, excellent.
So that's good to know.
And we've had the complaints for parking, for example, where we've received photographs saying, here's the illegal parking taking place, and then we've been able to verify that photograph was 6 months old. And so, we'll be asking and verifying that, is this an actual complaint? Is this an actual photograph or video of tonight or of today of the situation? So, we can follow up.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
Other questions? Council, what's your pleasure?
I'll move to approve items 1 through 4 on consent.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. If no further comments, call for the vote.
All ayes.
Okay.
There's no further business. Meeting adjourned.